Greetings and welcome to the Energy of Cancer. This is Ron from Terror of the Twin Sun. Terror of the Twin Sun is a functional division within the Order of the Twin Sun. Please take only what you will. Um, so, yes, we are working with the energy of the moon and the fourth house, okay? And the interesting thing about the fourth house is that it is opposing the 10th, okay? Mm, There's a cardinal energy here that is embodied through the chariot's energy, the golden fire of the chariot, and how the wheels spin according to duality. Um, Therefore, there's a synthesis here of the external world that is in the gateway of liberation, that is moksha in the felicity of water, 4th, 8th, and 12th houses. Okay, with this, there is what emerges to be um, a type of subtle force, okay, that has to do with cardinal energy, that has to do with the mystery of cancer, the mystery of the first step towards liberation. It is truly one of the most mysterious signs that I have encountered, at least in this life. And uh, the sort of veil that has to do with the realm of Maya and uncovering that, trying to look beyond it or behind it, has been very challenging. They say the eighth and the 12th houses, the eighth house being the house of mystery and the 12th being the house of dissolution, is a lot more guarded or at least secretive. But for me, Cancer energy, even though it is not mutable, it is cardinal. There's something about it that meanders, that weaves in a certain way that I find extremely mystical. Okay, we'll go and get started there. I see here a release of tenses. Okay, a release of tenses. These are either pretenses, tenses that have to do with not looking forward or not looking back, being totally in the present, dealing with it. Okay, there's a common sort of karma right now of dealing with a great deal of thoughts that have run their path, truths that may have been embodied, many truths, but to exhaustion. Okay, there also is an intensity that is no longer bothering, at least the energy of Cancer. This has to do with balancing and learning much. Um, becoming a master of experience, especially when it comes to paths or grooves of thought that have played themselves out. Double endings here. Burdens are being let go, and there's a feeling of objectification, of stepping back, becoming neutral. But as the energy of Cancer moves into the future, there feels like there is a type of dissolution, one that has to do with a spiritual path that is emerging under the feet of Cancer, at the same time being cast out or feeling isolated in some sort of way, but finally letting go of the burden. That's what I see. The advice is to follow the heart as well, to find a way to negotiate with fears or perhaps become a master of one's conditions. Okay? We're moving over now to the Great Mirror. And the Great Mirror is a tool devised by the Order in order to see apparent karmas that exist between a significant other and the energy of the querent, that being the energy of Cancer, right? So we'll go ahead and get started with that 9-card spread. Chagrin, trahison, deal, inquiétude, la ville, effort. Mm, okay, so this connection is based on making a choice. I think you are spearheading this choice. There's a certain degree of chagrin, a certain degree of haughtiness in this choice. You're taking the essentially the path that leads to great determination. Okay, for one thing, great ambition. Another, there's a sense of focus in all of this, and a culmination. Okay, of a lot of different passions. Okay, and this choice is causing a great deal of pensiveness. This connection is based on a way to feel intensely about something, to feel the magic of something, to bring forth contracts or arrangements within the connection. But on a more deeper level, there is a strong activation of the South Node, and this has been an effect of a conjunction between Mercury and Moon. Okay, so there is some form of, it would be the Nine of Pentacles, some form of embodiment here. Okay, on a very deep level, on an unconscious level, this connection is something that has been brought about from the past, past lives or past iterations within this life cycle, different timelines interweaving that produce the effect of a great deal of it's like promises or some sort of possessive quality, very strong possessive quality on this end here, because the Hierophant is here, Malady. This Hierophant's very interesting because he moves around this particular deck, and he also is somewhat embodying the Magician's energy with the altar and the wand. But he's still in Hierophant's garb, so there's a crossover between the second and the third houses. Okay, that which needs to be materially said in this crossover, in this cusp of the second and third houses, between Taurus and Gemini. Okay, so that is Venus into Mercury, So there's a lot of androgyny in this, but then there's an investment into a magical property that brings forth the past in order to deal with it. And this person embodies that. This person embodies that. On your end, there is a want or perhaps a need to master the mind. Okay, there truly is something very very potent in the way you handle this connection. Mostly on a very deep level, it has to do with framing the thoughts in the mind, distinguishing those, and sort of using the power of the mind in order to progress, whatever that means. The mind is very powerful and very magical, and with the sort of movement towards Gemini, it becomes enhanced. Okay. Also, in the realm of Taurus, it also becomes enhanced. Now, the thing is that even though Taurus is known for fixity, there is something about the way the mind weaves that is coming into focus. Okay, it leads to either the 6 or the 4 of Swords. With this, there's some form of restfulness that emanates from your part of the connection. Also, it sometimes delves into nostalgia when it comes to this connection, meaning that various thoughts can be soothing, but also cause a state of rest. Okay. Usually, I see swords in the deeper levels to be very negative because it talks about psychological stigma, but these are being released by sort of working with this connection. Okay, whatever it is. um, there's a great deal of inquietude that comes from them, the inability to not be quiet. Okay, this is Saturn trying to make a voice. Okay, usually this is Venusian in nature, it's Taurian in nature, but Saturn is here. Okay, um, and with that sort of triplicity, that triangle of Earth, there's something about them that's spinning that becomes disquiet. Now, I'm seeing a lot of Taurus in this energy, and Taurus is one not to be ruffled with, ruffling the feathers or sort of showing the red to uh, a male bull would be not such a great thing, especially if you're not a trained matador. Um, but there we have it. There's something about this that is the 9 of Pentacles in the upright. Okay. There's something soothing about them as well. There's something that's soothing, but then right now there's inquietude. That's the 7 of Pentacles, meaning unfinished business, right? That's what they say. Um, the difference of this is from the 9 and the 7, the 2 of Pentacles, that showed up earlier. It was trying to show up earlier, combined with strength in reverse that was showing up earlier. Meaning that this person is, on one hand, embodying more animalistic sort of attributes, being more reactive, okay, or perhaps natural. On the other hand, there's something about them that wants to find authority, that wants to find a way to essentially become powerful, okay, especially through the auspices of the energy of Leo. And the trick is for them to master that. There's something about them that is very moved by this connection. There's water and earth, a lot of kapha energy here, water and earth. Okay, that is according to Vedic constitution. At the same time, what they want to bring is a type of culmination. This is a very steamy connection with Trahison and La Ville here, 10 of Rods, and the 10 of Cups. Now, you seem to be more divided on this. The bull's horns coming out and the division of unity here. There's a lot more focus and a lot more sort of action in what you're doing. They prove to be a very stabilizing force, even in their inquietude. They speak out and they say what they mean because of anger or because of sort of paths not walked, paths not sown, seeds not sown. There's something about this that speaks of also about the Three of Cups, needing to find joy, especially on this end. What emerges out of this is letting loose of coldness that comes from your end. The element of Aquarius evolves into the King of Swords in the reverse, both in the reverse. That's a good thing because the mind is being surrendered. The intensity of the connection is very strong here, and it's being manifested in order to find lessons, to find clarity, as well as to find the noble path. Taurus, on your end, some sort of devotion, steadfastness, discipline, stamina, okay, in the auspices of Venus. So a voice needs to be had or articulated here as well. But there's a lot of fire, very interesting reading in this, considering there's a lot of earth on there and a lot of fire. There's a lot of possibility, at least there's a possibility to create in the desert essentially glass, and glass is a way to reify light here. So this is very good. Coldness is being, an exactitude is being let loose. There also is the Six of Swords being hinted at here, okay? With the Six of Swords being hinted at, there's a sense of escape, relief, but then also restlessness of the mind. It needs to be examined. It needs to be examined. Perhaps in the fires that you are sort of building, there is a way for you to take on the burden, for them to embody something that is a little bit more reflective of this very strong emotional current. Okay, the advice here is to take the energy of Cancer here and to, in the mystery of déploiement, of the water bearer here. This is the star card. It's to embrace essentially the various elements, the various astrological sort of asterisms, and and do the work. I mean, there's a new moon here, waxing or waning, and there's some form of ritualistic gesture that speaks of taking the water and making it go into the earth, okay? This is going to cause balance because the Two of Pentacles was hinted out here on their end. There's action that they have to take, but also that you can do in order to do what exactly? The Two of Cups is taken from the 7 here, it turns into the 5 of Cups, okay? 5 of Cups usually is a card of mystery. There's a sort of rite of passage, but also a sense of regret or doubt, or perhaps self-criticism when it comes to these types of acts. But what can be seen there is essentially a way of manipulating or controlling the elements in order to make the body essentially become filled with the life, the water of life. Okay. So yeah, that was as best as I can do. Hopefully that is helpful, or hopefully that's at least interesting. But I do wish you well. So please take care, my dear Cancer. Thank you. Bye-bye.